Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Kessel Rundown podcast. Finally, we are back after a much anticipated comeback. Hi, Hunter. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Feels good to be back.
Yep, we've both had a lot going on past couple months, and just a lot of technical issues as well. We had a pristine Revenge of the Sith um,
hmm
recap episode that got completely scrapped. So we are now recording things on a different platform, and we're going to see how this goes.
Yeah, it was what was it going on? Like 2 hours, the Revenge of the Sith.
Man, our best
Yeah.
episode for sure.
Oh, it was. We were going into like deep thoughts and just everything, and just didn't record our voices. So it's
Yep.
sad.
We'll we'll have to recapture that magic sometime. We'll
hmm
continue our kind of tour through all the episodes of Star Wars eventually, probably sometime later in the summer. But for right now, it's Kenobi season. We're getting close to the show.
It's right around the
I
corner.
believe this Friday will be 2 weeks until the premiere episode comes out on Disney Plus, May 27th. So a new trailer just dropped a couple days ago after the teaser that was released in March.
hmm
So which I believe is our last episode that we released.
It
So
was.
we'll be diving into that as well as the bevy of other news that we've missed in the last month or two, which
And don't
Hunter's
forget,
definitely got covered.
yeah, don't forget, Kenobi is going to be releasing with 2 episodes, not just one.
That's right. I did
So,
forget.
like
So there we go.
2-ish hours of Kenobi content that we're gonna have to go over
Yeah,
on a
yeah,
very
for
busy
sure.
weekend.
On a what else is going on that weekend? I have no idea.
Star Wars celebration and someone's getting married.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm getting married the Monday, the 30th, Memorial Day. And the two episodes come out probably Friday morning at 3 a.m. or something, the 27th. So
oh yeah,
we'll we'll probably record that Friday or Saturday, and then we'll see each other in person Sunday, for sure.
it's gonna be a
Probably
busy
don't want to be
weekend.
recording
Oh no,
during the night before the wedding,
I
but
mean we could, but
um, we could. And depending on how often the episodes are come out, I haven't seen anything on that. I will definitely be missing for one of the releases because I'll be in Jamaica.
probably the third
Um,
and probably the fourth.
yeah,
Yeah,
so Hunter will have to carry that one on his back.
no, it's fine.
Put the team on his back,
I got a
Donald
strong back.
Driver. What's the that Madden Vine? Okay,
Hey, you got it.
um, yeah. So I guess we can just go ahead and run through this Kenobi trailer, or did you want to jump into the news first?
Oh yeah, so we can start with the Kenobi trailer. A lot of the other news is not related to Kenobi, just a little bit of it. But starting off, we can just hit like the big hitter is May 4th. Star Wars released the new Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer, and hopefully this is the last one. I don't really want to see any more of it until the show does premiere because there have been a lot of
Right.
leaks on the ending. I don't know if that's real. I doubt they're real. Unfortunately, I came across one against my will. I wasn't looking for it. And
Yeah.
what I've read of it, I just no no no. I just don't see it playing out that way. But I could be totally wrong. From what I've seen of this trailer, I don't think it's heading in that direction. And I don't want to say anything about that because, of course, I don't think we should talk about leaks on this podcast or like go into them at least.
Yeah, I am definitely anti-leak. I have avoided most of them. There are some that just inevitably have come out. Some really credible sources too that makes me think that okay, that's actually going to happen. And then there have been some obvious storyline stuff that's gotten leaked. That's like okay,
hmm
um, I kind of figured, that this will happen given the cast. You know what I mean? So there's that, but um, yeah, we're staying away from the leaks, but we'll try and dive into just the story around the leaks and how we think that Disney has handled this rollout and all that stuff. Because I
hmm
think this rollout has been a lot different than the other series that have come out. With Clone Wars and The Mandalorian, there really wasn't much news out about the show, and understandably, the Kenobi show is going to be way more hyped because it's an existing character, but
hmm
um, we're getting a lot of little breadcrumbs, and it's like everyone cannot wait for this to come out. It's the biggest Star Wars content since I don't know, Force Awakens. I don't know if The Mandalorian is as big as this because it was a completely new story, but
Yeah, I agree with you on the Force Awakens part. The hype for Force Awakens was like anything I've ever seen before.
mhm.
Yeah, so going on to the trailer, obviously this is audio only, so there won't be any video content of the trailer. Also, I don't want to be copyrighted, so we won't be showing the trailer. Last podcast I got hit with the copyright hammer, and
Oh,
I just don't want to do that
on
again on
on the
YouTube.
YouTube
Yeah,
or okay, yeah,
yeah. I
that
mean,
makes
it's
sense.
fine. There's no like bans or anything, or like I'm not in trouble. It's just like, hey, you're not going to get revenue off this episode, and I was like, hey, I'm not expecting to.
We're
But
we're gonna
yeah,
make revenue anyways. Yeah.
exactly.
Hey, shout out to the 21 people that watched that video though,
Exactly. Thank you guys so much. It
or
means the world. It really does.
I guess 19 because we were definitely the two. So
I might have been the other 19. But yeah, let's just start. Let's get into this. There's going to be no audio, so we're just going to go ahead and describe each scene, how it plays out. And last night I did like a big deep dive into the trailer, and I saw some things I didn't see first. So yeah, let's just get started and
I'm
let's go.
excited.
Yeah, so starting off, we have a random ship going and like landing on the new planet Dayao or Dayao. There hasn't been a pronunciation yet for it, so I'm just gonna say Dayao. It's the city planet that has that Hong Kong feel that we saw in the last trailer. This could be Kenobi or an Inquisitor landing, but there's really not much to go on with this shot.
Yeah, and then just as we get into it, this trailer is shorter.
Oh, very, yeah.
Then I guess the original teaser was about 2 minutes, 2:05, something like that.
Hmm.
Um, and it was obviously all new footage. This is a minute 28, and I would guess 15, 20 seconds of it is like old recycled footage from the first teaser.
And
So
it flies by too. I
yeah,
have seen a lot of people say that this ship that we're seeing right here is the same ship that Ochi of Bestoon from the Rise of Skywalker. Like it's his ship. I don't think so. Just because it's shaped differently in the front and the back has the same thrusters, but I think that's just people reaching for straws.
yeah, no sequel retconning here.
No,
We're done with that.
no. All right, now going on to the next shot, we have the fifth brother leading a little squad of stormtroopers on the planet surface of Dayao, a scene that we saw before.
Yeah.
And this is a new scene, which I love. You can see a lot about the characters in this one scene. So we have in the middle the Grand Inquisitor. To the right, we have the fifth brother, and to the left, we have Reva, who's a new Inquisitor. You can see she's very smug. She's smiling. She's kind of looking down at
Mm-hmm.
everyone. The Grand Inquisitor, just doesn't care. Fifth brother, very calm until he's not. It looks like they're on Tatooine. This could be Mos Eisley.
Yeah, we went over the last episode how we were interested in Reva and what her character was going to be because we have exposure to the fifth brother and the Grand Inquisitor from Rebels,
Hmm.
which we both love Rebels.
Very much so.
And we did make fun. We spent a lot of time making fun of the Grand Inquisitor's head, which looks like the Spalding basketball that the NBA uses. But um, yeah, it's I think Reva gets a lot of screen time in this trailer. She got a little bit in the last one, but
Hmm.
I think she's going to be more the main character, kind of a side villain, apart from
Hmm.
Vader. That more the person that Obi-Wan's going to be dealing with the most, I would guess.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I think she's going to be the main villain until Vader, of course, steps into the ring.
Hmm.
She's going to lead him to Vader in what I think is going to happen. Yeah, going on to the next scene, it's what we've seen before. Fifth brother looking over at Uncle Owen, and he's really just like staring him down. Everyone is really. Then the Grand Inquisitor, same shot, same basketball headshot that we've seen before.
Yeah.
Reva just walking through Tatooine. And another shot that we've seen before. This is the Lars homestead. Beru and Owen are walking out. Beru is in her traditional Aunt Beru attire, and we see Luke. pod
Very
racing.
fashionable. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Same exact shots from the first trailer. Really, not a
Mhm.
lot of new stuff until we get to this
To this
this
awesome
interaction
scene.
between Owen and Kenobi here.
Yeah. So what is said between this scene? It's Owen confronting Kenobi, and Owen says, uh, "Leave us alone." Obi-Wan replies, "When the time comes, he must be trained," and he replies, "Like you trained his father."
Boom, roasted.
Boom, roasted. And it's an amazing scene. Awesome, like awesome dialogue as well. And you can hear Alec Guinness come out of Ewan McGregor whenever
Uh huh.
you listen to the audio of this scene. It sounds just like Obi-Wan from the original trilogy or a younger
Yeah,
version.
the I'd heard some stories. I don't remember who I heard it from, but maybe Blindwave. I had heard some stories that Ewan McGregor on the original on the set of the prequels would watch Alec Guinness kind of like Alec Guinness highlights over and over and over again to try and get his mannerisms down. Um, and he's clearly done that again because he's kind of slowly but surely transforming into the elder statesman that played the original. Sir Alec Guinness played the original Obi-Wan.
Definitely, definitely. These two scenes right here, they're huge in my opinion. Right now, what we're seeing is Reva walking into the hangar of the Fortress Inquisitorius. Such a fun thing to say. I
I
love
know,
saying
really.
that. It's really cool to see the TIE fighter stationed at the very top of the hangar, and we see that Inquisitor ship in the back. Nothing much going on here until the next scene, which is huge in my opinion. It's huge. So we see a map table laid out in front of the fifth brother, Reva. We have a unnamed Inquisitor, which I've heard people say it's the seventh sister, but I think the seventh sister has already been named in Star Wars canon, so I don't know how that works out. And then we
I
also have a Imperial officer looking
can I just
looking at.
offer my opinion on
Yeah,
who it is? Uh, well, I don't know who it is, but she looks she looks like remember that arc in Clone Wars when Anakin and Padme go swimming in their helmets and they go like below the I think it's the Mon Cala arc.
I think so.
That's
Yes.
she looks like Padme with her like Sandy from SpongeBob helmet
Oh
on.
yeah. She does. Watch it just be like
That's
a
that's
Padme clone or something, like a
that's my
handmaiden.
only take. I have no we don't have any idea who this is.
Yeah, it's one of Padme's handmaidens that turn to the dark
Yeah.
side.
The
So
decoys.
yeah, the biggest part about this scene is in the last trailer I talked about the lightsabers in the background, and we see a better look at the red shelves of the lightsabers. I was partially right; those are lightsabers, but you see this little
Definitely.
shell right here.
Uh-huh.
So I was thinking, what is that? And I was looking through pictures of the prequel trilogy, most importantly, the younglings, and that is a youngling training visor from Yoda's class.
Oh
So
no.
that is a trophy case, not just lightsabers,
Oh,
but that's a youngling visor from Episode 2, and that is dark, man.
that's kind of sick, man.
Yeah, so that's not just lightsabers; that's actual trophies from fallen Jedi and younglings.
Well, they weren't that hard to collect. All they had to do was go into the temple after Anakin was done with them and like
That's
pick
probably
things off
what
the
they
floor.
did.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is probably all the lightsabers from the Jedi Temple
They're like, look how many Jedi we killed. We're the best. And it's like,
attack.
no, actually, Vader killed all of them and you just
Yeah,
grabbed them. Yeah.
98% of that is Vader, and the rest is
Yeah.
General Grievous's collection they found.
Great
So,
transition here to the
oh yeah,
deserts of Tatooine for sure.
we see him riding Kenobi riding his Eope. And going on to the next scene, fortress. We have three escape pods, or like I don't know, surveillance pods being launched out. We have no idea what these are.
Yeah,
Just
something.
going into space. Yeah, I guess we'll
They
see.
look like escape pods to me.
We see Reva looking over at Diao, and if you see in the background or the far ground, there's blaster fire shooting, and this is probably Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting the bounty hunters that are tasked to go after him, as we see in the next scene. Yeah,
Does that
this
mean
one's
he
really
has to use
cool.
blasters? They're so uncivilized.
That must hurt him. You know, he has to use these weapons that he hates just to.
Hmm
But we do see in the Clone Wars arc, whenever Obi-Wan fakes his death, he has to pick up a gun, and he's very skilled, but he just doesn't like them. We see a wanted poster of Obi-Wan Kenobi in this scene, and it's taken straight from like beauty shots of Episode 3.
Awesome picture. If I do say so myself, he looks very handsome.
Yeah, and translated from Arabesh or Arabesh, however you say it, the written language in Star Wars. It says, "Wanted, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Offenses: high treason. Bounty upon capture."
Oh,
That's
so they want him alive to bring him to Vader.
definitely, and that's probably being transmitted across the entire galaxy. And in this scene right here, we see the bounty hunter Forlom. Uh, and last time we saw him was in Empire Strikes Back, I believe. And Kenobi missing. This one is really cool. So now we have Obi-Wan Kenobi fist fighting his Zabrak. They're probably bounty hunters that saw his bounty being posted.
Yeah, lots of alleyway. I think we're gonna get a lot of alleyway shots in this series. Like a lot of
Hmm.
just kind of fighting quietly and secretly, kind of trying to avoid capture. It's gonna be a. I think this tone of this series is gonna be pretty dark. Um,
Yeah, and I love the sweater Zabrak is wearing. It's very fashionable.
yeah, he looks like, yeah, he just got back from the Yeezy season 6. He's gonna go hunt Obi-Wan.
He was at the Donda release party, just listening to it, and then he's
What
back here.
were the Zabraks? Was that where Zed? Um, was he a Zabrak, or am I getting that wrong?
You're thinking so Darth Maul's Zabrak.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, he
Okay.
has the horn at the top of his head. Zed is something else. Zed, who are we talking about? But yeah, he's something else that I can't think of at the moment.
Zed from Rebels. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking
Um, then we see the Fortress Inquisitorius. And this is very interesting right here. So this is the hangar inside the fortress. I'm assuming we have two really good looks at two purge troopers right next to Reva. The purge troopers were seen in Jedi Fallen Order, and they are kind of trained to kill Jedi. They're masterful in hand-to-hand combat. They're a lot better than the stormtroopers. But yeah, this is the first time we see them in live action, which I'm excited for. And for some reason, she has her blade ignited inside of the hangar.
Yeah, I was gonna say that that's really interesting because we gotta pause here and think what reasons would there be for her to have her lightsaber drawn with all these armed troops marching with her in the hangar? Does that
Hmm.
mean that there's a fight coming to the fortress? That
I hope
Obi-Wan
so.
or someone else brings the fight to them instead of waiting for them to hunt them down. I I'm really excited at the idea of like a hallway scene in the fortress, or like a 25-minute of an episode, just kind of sneaking around the fortress Alec Guinness style, trying to take out some inquisitors and learn something. That, man, that would be so cool.
No, we can only hope. We can only hope. This shot right here, it's Obi-Wan, probably on the deserts of Tatooine. He's fighting a squadron of stormtroopers, and we see like a what are those called from Empire Strikes Back? The probe droids or whatever.
Oh yes, the
Yes,
those
that
guys.
was
Yes,
perfect.
Imperial. Thank you, Imperial probe droids. Yeah.
Yeah. So while the scene is playing, Reva's voice is heard as well. She yells, "You can't run, Obi-Wan." And the way she says Obi-Wan is almost like she knows him. Like she was on a first name basis with him at one point. In my opinion,
Uh,
it's weird to hear
Maybe.
that why she would say it like that.
I also want to submit for the committee's consideration that this is a Disney product, and Disney has a habit of oversimplifying things.
Hmm.
And like I think you saw in the sequels, just a lot of name shouting. I'm thinking of Finn, Ray.
Ray.
So we could see her just not. She doesn't know him. She just, for the purpose of the trailer and for the
Hmm.
purpose of the viewer being like Obi-Wan, like, so that I don't know. They're not too subtle. Let's put it that way. Disney is not um, super gifted in the art of subtlety. So I don't know if we can assume that she knows him, but she may, it could be, if we're just guessing, like she may realize how evil Vader is and be trying to help him, Obi-Wan
Maybe.
eventually, because she does say you can't escape him.
Hmm.
She sounds scared of Vader when she's talking about Vader, but I know
Oh
that's
yeah,
later in the trailer.
definitely,
But
definitely. Going on to the next scene, we have this droid, who I thought was a clone or maybe Captain Rex in the previous trailer, but it's a droid. It's really funny because I didn't capture this. I didn't see this the first time I watched this trailer, but he absolutely just like decks a stormtrooper right here, and he
nice,
goes
yeah.
flying. Like, yeah, so that dude is strong. He has to be on Obi-Wan Kenobi's side. And then we see Reva with her lightsaber drawn again in the fortress because you see the TIE fighters at the top, deflecting blaster bolts. So there is a
So there
fight.
will be a
Yeah,
battle.
there will
Yes,
be a
there will be a
battle.
battle at the Fortress Inquisitorius.
There you go.
That is
It's
difficult to
a
say.
yeah, it's a tongue twister. Then we see the first image of Kumail Nanjiani's character, who looks to be a Jedi. He has the robes,
Yeah, he does.
and
Yeah.
I'm just guessing here, but I'm pretty sure this might be the Jedi that Reva finds on Tatooine, as we seen in the last trailer, and probably ends up killing.
The one that's hung in the town square, you think?
I'm thinking, yeah, because I looked back at the first
Mm,
trailer, and his hair kind of matches the back of the other guy's head.
okay.
Yeah.
The guy that's running.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And right here, it's pretty cool. We see like a ladybug droid almost. It's a little cute droid. It's probably in the hands of an Inquisitor because it's a black glove. We're probably seeing it right before it's destroyed, in my opinion. It's
Yeah,
probably
before it
going to be just
crushes.
crushed. Yeah. And then we have Reva probably on Dial again. This looks to be like a transport that Obi-Wan may be on. And she yells, "You can't escape him," probably referring to Vader. It has to be Vader, you know? And then we get the quote unquote money shot of the trailer. We see Vader's limb being attached to his arm.
I think she's definitely talking about Vader because this shot comes about zero point 0.3 seconds after she says you can't escape him.
Definitely.
Um,
Yeah, that's
man,
Vader.
the like screws coming out of the end of that arm, that the
Hmm.
metal arm that just go directly into his flesh. Like, ouch. No
Yeah,
kidding. The comics talk about him being in pain, constant
yeah.
pain.
He has thousands of
Man.
needles in his helmet that puncture into his skin that kind of go into his nerves and
Mm,
control him that way. It's very
yeah.
scary. Also, I'm just looking at this right now. This might be just nothing at all, but as we see Reva yelling at Obi-Wan, this might be like a place where ships go to die and scavenge. The background of Reva kind of looks like a Clone Wars era droid battleship. The top of it,
Yeah.
maybe I
Yeah,
don't know. I'm probably just. It's probably
no,
nothing.
I was thinking the same thing. It looks like something in Grievous's fleet, maybe.
Definitely.
And we saw in Force Awakens. Probably my favorite world building part of the sequels was, other than going to Maz Kanata's palace, was um, at the beginning on Jakku and Force Awakens, when you see all the like ships that have been downed in the
Hmm.
desert, and eventually, obviously, you see the Millennium Falcon that's not dead, but um, I think that idea of like relics of the past buried in the ground is really interesting, and I hope that's what it is, because I think,
Hmm.
it's really easy. It's an easy thing to do if you're Disney. It's an easy
Yeah,
fan service thing that doesn't come off as fan service. So I would like
definitely.
that.
Yeah, our next shot takes us back to the fortress. We have the fifth brother in the middle. To the left, we have that unnamed Inquisitor. Could be Padme. And to the right, we have a very nervous looking officer.
He looks like he needs a bathroom break.
Yeah, and you can tell they're underwater. You see the windows to the side, very
Okay, yeah.
aquamarine. And then we have a shot of some stormtroopers in the back and a purge trooper at the front. Then we see Reva, the very, very front. Looks like they're about to confront someone. Then we get a shot of Kenobi, and then a really cool shot of Vader's like little buttons on his stomach being inserted into him, and we see that there's needles
Ouch.
on the back of it. Yeah, it goes right into his skin. Oof. And of course, we get the Darth Vader's iconic breathing as it powers up. In this last shot, uh, Obi-Wan opens his eyes, probably seeing Vader for the first time, or breaking meditation and hearing Vader's breathing for the first time. He could be in the
That's what
fortress, and
I
then that's how he escapes, and that's why there's so much
yeah.
like fighting.
It looks like he's hiding just based on the light that's coming onto his face. It looks like he's in a
Mm-hmm.
closet or like hiding in a back room or something. But
Okay.
I agree that the meditation thing, just the way he opens his eyes, is very like he's coming out of a deep thought.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And I
his eyes
tried
are
to.
crunched really hard.
Oh yeah, you can see the furrow on his brows. But I tried to see what's in the background, and I just can't. I can't. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he's in like a cargo hold or something.
Ooh, that'd be cool. That would be cool. Yeah, that basically wraps up the trailer for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Pretty good, in my opinion.
Yeah,
And that's all we
yeah,
need until it comes out on the 27th.
yeah. I'm not dying for another trailer. I'm good.
Oh, me either. Yeah, I am perfectly fine. So, finishing up on the trailer, we can go to the leaks. So, a few days ago, leakers just basically leaked the entire ending to the show, and I read it. Not, it was against my will. I read it against my will. It was I
Oh
was
boy.
scrolling through Twitter, and I saw this post. Didn't know what it was, so I kind of started reading it. There was no warning or anything. It was just kind of out there, and I was reading it. I thought it was like a fan fiction at first. That's why I think it's not real. You know, it didn't sound real, and I was just yeah, that's what I had to say about that. I don't think they're real, so just don't go looking for them if you don't want to see it. Just on the off chance that they are, but you know, most likely 99% it's not real.
Yeah, I've definitely seen some minor stuff, like this will happen in the series kind of thing.
Hmm.
I think the one that everyone's seen, we don't need to discuss it, but there's a couple that everyone has probably seen,
Yeah.
about Vader and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
those are ones that I was like, okay, I probably could have guessed that that was going to happen. So I'm glad I didn't run across the one you did.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, let's just hope that things, either there's time for them to change things because there's a month. I hope that they
Hmm.
can stick to their original plan because as we saw in Rise of Skywalker and as we saw in Game of Thrones, um, rewriting scripts this late in the game is really dangerous for storyline, continuity. It's really dangerous for, fan happiness. It's dangerous for, um, what it does to the legacy of a story. So I hope that the leaks haven't forced the writers to rethink things because, um, I'm genuinely excited for the series and I have like the utmost faith in Favreau, um,
Hmm.
to and Filoni to deliver. Um, yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait. I hope that they didn't have to alter anything based on stupid fans or like employees leaking things for whatever reason, for money or whatever. So I don't know. The most we can hope is that the leaks are false and the show will go on,
Hmm.
as planned. So
Yeah. Uh, well, enough about leaks. Let's talk about confirmations. This one came as a surprise to me. So if you're like me, you like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, you might be excited because one of the main members from the band, Flea, is going to be in the Kenobi series. Who he's playing? No clue. It could be a stormtrooper. It could be a flashback, and he's a Jedi. That'd be fun. But
yeah,
yeah, I mean, he's not new to the acting scene. He's been in Back to the Future Part Two. I believe he was one of the thugs with Biff. He was in Baby Driver. He was also in The Big Lebowski and another handful of other movies.
I
And
didn't realize I didn't realize their band's been around that long.
it's been oh Lord, I don't know. I don't want to say how many years because I'm probably wrong. And then if by chance one person's watching this, they're gonna completely go off on me. So yeah, they've been around for a while, and like Star Wars is not new to these cameos. Daniel Craig, who played James Bond, was in episode 7. He's a stormtrooper. And also the royal family was in either episode 8 or episode 9. Yeah, they were stormtroopers as well. And Tom Hardy was in episode 8 in a cutscene as a stormtrooper. So if I
Yeah,
see a pattern, the Flea might be a stormtrooper.
yeah. The big one. Remember the Daniel Craig
Yeah.
in Force Awakens? That he actually had a line, a couple.
Hmm. Yeah, he was the
So
one that Ray was saying like, "You will let me go." He's like, "I'll let you
yeah,
go."
that was a great scene. Yeah, I would guess some nondescript stormtrooper that they can put in the credits as like special feature Flea.
Hmm.
Nothing. I don't think he'll have any FaceTime, but we'll see.
No, I mean he has a very like recognizable face, so I think it'd be a disservice not to show his face at least once. Maybe his helmet falls off in a fight. I don't know. Make it funny. He's a funny dude.
You remember when Ed Sheeran showed up in Game of Thrones?
Unfortunately,
That was so weird. He
that
just
took me
they were
so
singing
off
around the
guard.
camp. They were singing around the campfire, and they just like panned slowly, and it was Ed Sheeran. I was like, "Wait, what is? Am I watching like fanfic? What is this?"
I thought it was a commercial. I was like,
Yeah,
wait, HBO does have commercials. And I was like, wow, this is just not what I thought the series is going to be. So yeah,
that was
I
the
hope
beginning of the end for Game of Thrones. Let's
and
hope
I
the
hope Ed
same
Sheeran
cannot be said for Kenobi.
yeah, I
What's
hope
up?
Ed Sheeran pops up in the Max Rebo band or something. That'd be fun. That
I
didn't land, did it?
No, it didn't. I think we were watching that episode together
Were we?
when that
It
happened.
was the
Yes,
premiere of season
it was.
7.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Dragonstone. Yeah. Oh my
yeah.
gosh, when your dog tried to bite my face off.
Oh yeah. Oh, little anecdotes of our lives.
Yeah.
So I guess Kenobi. We can stop talking about that. We'll go on to Ahsoka. There is one big piece of news. Ahsoka has just started filming. We saw Star Wars a few days ago. At this point, posted a picture of a director's chair with the Ahsoka title on the back and Dave Filoni's signature, like cowboy hat or fedora, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that.
kind of rested on the side of the director's chair, showing that he's in full director mode for this. I'm excited. I'm excited because uh, as a Rebels fan and a fan of The Mandalorian, we saw Ahsoka last in season 2, asking like where Grand Admiral Thrawn is, and that's going to be the basis for this Ahsoka show, tracking down Ezra and Thrawn with Sabine by her
Hmm.
side. Because I believe Sabine has been casted. I could be completely wrong. It's either casting or casting rumors.
No. Yeah, she has been. She has
She
been.
has been. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
we went over that last episode
Oh yeah, we did. We
briefly,
did.
but yeah, I don't remember who they casted, but it's I don't know if it's officially confirmed, but it's like all but confirmed.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I'm excited. That will be spring 23. Is that coming out? Is that the plan?
I would probably say so because we're looking at Andor coming out this year and Mandalorian coming out at the end of the year. We still
Right.
have Bad Batch this year as well.
Right. Yeah.
It's
We'll be inundated with Star Wars probably
yeah.
once Kenobi's over. I think we talked about this a couple months ago, but I think the plan would probably be for them to take like a month off and then go into Bad Batch
Hmm.
and then have a little break and then Mando and Andor and all
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah, definitely. Just going off of what Marvel's doing right now, because Marvel had a season finale and movie premiere in the same week. We had the ending of Moon Knight on Wednesday, the Multiverse of Madness on Friday, and honestly, it was overwhelming. And one project really overshadowed one other project. Moon Knight was
yeah,
left in the dust. It was a really good season finale, in my opinion. The Multiverse of Madness took all its breath away. So I hope Star Wars doesn't really do that with their series. But hopefully, we'll get a confirmation on that at the end of the month with Celebration. We will probably get a release date for most of these shows.
probably so. We'll for anyone wondering, we will be covering Celebration, but it's basically the day before Kenobi comes out, so
Hmm.
it sucks that we won't be able to kind of have its own separate
Yeah.
podcast. We'll probably just cover it during the Kenobi episode. I
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
it's I'll
There's gonna be so
probably
much that weekend to
yeah,
deal
I'll
with.
probably come out with separate videos just describing what's happening, because like we said earlier, it's probably the busiest weekend of the year for us. We got celebration, we got the wedding, we got Obi-Wan Kenobi, we got everything, and I don't want to put more stress on you than there already is. So we'll get to it whenever
What
we
are you
can.
talking about? Weddings aren't stressful.
Oh, not at all. I heard they're cheap too.
Yeah, very cheap, very stress free. Nothing, no emotions.
Not
It's
at
great.
all. No. Yeah. Well, now that we talked about Ahsoka, we'll go on to Andor. So, Andor was originally going to be 5 seasons, and in an interview, one of the composers was like, "No, it's actually 3 seasons now." But you could kind of take that as good news or bad news. To me, I take that as really good news because they're telling their story the way they want to, hopefully with less filler now. Because 5 seasons, that's a lot of useless episodes. That's a lot of Frog Lady episodes
Yeah,
you have to
yeah.
watch. So it being down to 3 seasons, I think that's a really good sign at what we're gonna
For a
see.
character that honestly is like not essential,
Hmm.
I mean 3 seasons to me is still like a little bit ambitious.
Hmm.
Um, I would love to see where this goes after season one. I just how are they going to stretch this
Definitely.
out to 30 episodes?
I'm I'm more excited about the time period it's gonna be set in, um,
Right.
because the rebellion is being born. We'll probably get like little glimpses of maybe Harris and Dula, Kane and Jarrus. You know, as much as I don't want to see a Jedi in Andor, Kanan would be pretty cool. But yeah, just this the grand scheme of things, and also tying into that, Ian McDermott, who plays uh, Palpatine, the Emperor, he conducted a little interview with somebody a while back, and this is what he had to say. This in no way confirms him being in Andor, but he does say, and I quote, "There's a certain show coming soon, set around the time I may have been considered to be very active. Whether or not you see my physical body, I cannot comment on, but you will definitely feel my presence." So I'm thinking,
Oh boy.
just it has to be Andor or Kenobi. We'll probably see him in like propaganda. That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking, and we probably won't see, him like full on.
I I think Kenobi, now that you say that about the propaganda, like
Hmm.
that'd be so fun. The Kenobi has a real potential to just have like little 3 second like kind of like Uncle Sam Palpatine posters, like just like shots like that. Um, that'd be
you
really
know,
funny. Like
that's
the
funny.
Academy wants you.
That's funny, but we actually do see that in Rebels with Empire Day. Ezra was born on Empire
Mm-hmm.
Day, and like we see all of that, just propaganda parades. So yeah, I'm excited to see that. We might see Uncle Sam, Palpy, Uncle Palpy,
Uncle Sheev.
Uncle Sheev. Ew, that's disgusting. Uncle Sheev. Well, enough about Uncle Sheev. Let's get into some other news that really is just it's news that it's finding its footing right now. So Michael Waldron, who recently just wrote the script for Multiverse of Madness and the Loki show, it's been confirmed that he's writing the script for Kevin Feige's new Star Wars movie. This is probably going to be the first Star Wars movie after Rise of Skywalker that's going to come out because Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron has been delayed indefinitely in Taika Waititi's movie. Still, we haven't heard anything about it, so I'm assuming that's going to come after Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
But
I
Kevin
hope.
Feige, huge name, huge name.
Yeah, yeah, big. I'm not as into Marvel as Star Wars. Obviously, I don't think anything compares to our love for Star Wars, but
Hmm.
um, you can't deny the job that Feige has done in stringing together one cohesive story with the MCU. So if I think that's what Disney's model is here, like they're going for an all inclusive. You know how with Marvel, it's like I actually had a conversation with my future father-in-law the other day, and he was talking about Doctor Strange because I haven't seen it yet.
Hmm.
And I was like, "Hey, what do I need to see before I go? Because I'm not really caught up on like Loki and all that." He's like, you probably need to watch this episode of What If, and uh
WandaVision and
WandaVision and this and this and this, and I was like, man, that's a lot of homework. So that's the downside of having a guy like Kevin Feige in on this.
hmm
But I think that Disney is being careful with Star Wars because there's a really really fervent established fan base. But
hmm
I think
but
that they're
yeah,
trying to go the MCU route ultimately,
yeah.
and
And
bringing in a
as
guy like Kevin
someone,
Feige kind of
oh
signals that.
yeah, definitely. And as someone who loves doing homework, it paid off watching Multiverse of Madness. It was really good.
hmm
It's really good. A lot of surprises. We're not going to talk about that. This isn't a Marvel podcast. This is a Star Wars podcast. So, and then just closing remarks. We're going to talk about Star Wars Celebration, and it's not really much to talk about. It's just coming up, and the excitement. My excitement is just like it's overwhelming at this point. I can't sleep at night sometimes. It's gonna be like literally like it's so much news is gonna be like
You should get that checked out.
announced, explored. I probably do need to get that checked out. But man, this is the first celebration since 2019. Our last
Yeah,
celebration,
yeah,
um, Rise of Skywalker trailer drops. But right now we're in this interesting phase where there's not a main movie coming out to advertise. It's just all these shows that are full of world building, which I love. We're gonna see immense world building of like everything. So I'm very excited. We're gonna get Bad Batch premiere dates. We're gonna get Jedi Fallen Order 2 release date.
right.
Probably all these other shows release date. We still don't really know anything about the Acolyte show, which takes place in the High Republic, and
I
it's going to be
completely forgot
focused
about
on
that.
yeah, it's going to be focused on a Sith. We also have a show that is just going to be C-3PO and R2-D2 called Droids, and it's the release
Skip.
date still skip filler episode. The release date still hasn't been announced, but I'm excited for that.
It's like all the worst episode of Clone Wars put into one movie.
Imagine it being the best like Star Wars show they make.
It's like the most profound, like makes you cry every episode.
There's
Yeah.
still gonna be like 3 Mandalorian episodes in the series though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They take a break in the middle to go to Luke training Grogu.
What if every show does that? Right, the sixth
Kenobi episodes
episode.
4 Kenobi episodes 4 and 5 is just Mando like going around looking like to buy a new condo or something.
He's like trying to run out of space in the Fortress Inquisitorius.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like the view, man.
Oh boy.
Oh, that'd be fun. But yeah, that's pretty much all the news for today. We ran through that. A big portion of this episode was the Obi-Wan Kenobi official trailer. Man,
Yeah.
that pretty much does
Can
it
I
for
can I
me.
tell my can I tell my Rupert Friend anecdote?
Oh, definitely. Go off on that.
Okay, so Rupert Friend plays the Grand Inquisitor, correct?
Correct. Correct.
Um, I don't I guess I never really like recognize him from anything. It's kind of like the Bill Simmons has a podcast called The
hmm
Rewatchables, and he has this category for movies that he calls the that guy. You're like, oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
You don't really know his name, you don't remember where he's from, but like you see him everywhere. That's how Rupert Friend is to me. So perfect casting, honestly. If Jason Isaacs couldn't do it,
hmm
so I watched a terrible movie that has 70% of Rotten Tomatoes somehow, and Rupert Friend is in it. It's called A Simple Favor. Have you seen this movie?
I don't think I have.
It's Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively, um, and it's like a killer. It's like a mom noir movie. It's like a killer mystery, but it's like moms battling it out. It's like funny, but also like really really dark. Um, it was like Usual Suspects mixed with I don't know, like Black Mirror. I don't know. It was so
Oh
weird.
man.
It was so there were so many twists that I was like, wait, I'm so confused. Is she a twin or a triplet or what's going on? But Rupert Friend plays the boss of the woman who allegedly goes missing, who is like in the end like the killer. I don't know.
hmm
It's so weird, but he plays the boss. He's in it for like 5 minutes and he's hilarious. He plays like a fashion designer. But I was like, who's that guy? And I looked him up. I was like, he's in Kenobi.
Oh.
So if you ever need something to watch to kill like an hour 45, and and you just want to laugh at how bad Anna Kendrick is at acting, go watch A Simple Favor. Rupert Friend makes an appearance. It'll get you primed for Kenobi.
I guess you can say her acting isn't pitch perfect.
Oh, but don't.
Let's please end it there. I
Yeah,
don't think I can. I can't go from that.
it can't go on. Yeah. All
No,
right.
no. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of the Kessel Rundown. This is 5 right now. Can't believe we're on episode 5. I know we took a long break, but still saying episode 5 is really weird to me. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. A lot of news coming up, so expect another one to drop any day now.
Yeah, yeah, we'll be back more often. Probably a couple more before Kenobi premieres. Um, just getting ourselves primed for this mega event. 17 days from now, so we're
Yeah, and
excited.
as long as our recording software doesn't fail us, we'll be here.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, thank y'all so much for watching again. We'll see you next time, and may the force be with you.
Goodbye.